welcome to the four-part video series where we're going to talk about concert percussion. The first one we're going to be talking about is concert cymbal playing. First up, we're going to be talking about the anatomy of cymbals. So we have the bell, the bow, and the edge. To point that out, the bell is the top part right here. The bow is the curvature of the cymbal, like so. And then the edge, you guessed it, is the edge. So the bell itself, the shape does affect the sound of the cymbal. So the whole cymbal does come from the bell itself. The thicker it is, the thinner it is, kind of just depends on what you're looking for. Now the bow, or the curvature of the cymbal right here, if it's flat, we're looking for a low pitch. Now if it's more round, like a rounded cymbal, we're going to look at a more higher pitch. Now this one is fairly flat itself, so this one, it does have a very deep low pitch. Obviously if we're looking for the higher pitched cymbals, you're going to have a more rounded curvature to the instrument. Now the sizes of the instruments. The sizes do vary. This one itself is a 18-inch cymbal. Pretty standard to have as your basic cymbal in concert band. But they do obviously vary, like I said, the 14-inch to possibly even 22-inch, 24-inch. The thinner cymbals you're going to look for is a slow vibration or even a low frequency. The thicker cymbals is going to be a faster vibration, so the cymbals are going to move faster, and that's going to bring out a more higher frequency. And obviously the smaller the cymbals means it's going to be a higher pitch, and then obviously the reverse opposite is the thicker and obviously bigger cymbals is going to be the higher pitch for whatever you're looking for. Next up, we're going to be talking about how to hold the cymbal. Now the easiest way that I have found as how to teach it is to put up a thumbs up. Pretty straightforward. Now what I do is to make people happy, to make kids happy, you put a thumbs up like you're really happy to just be great for somebody, right? They did a great job. Now, you're only kind of happy. It's a kind of a little thumbs up, right? And that's how you hold the cymbal. Basic way to do it is grab the strap, tiny little thumbs up, not big thumbs up because you lose control, obviously. Little thumbs up, cymbal stops moving, and you have more control. Now, if you don't have these single straps themselves, you are looking for the marching straps or the rounded straps that you can put your hands through. Don't do that, okay? That's only for marching band. That's it. What it does is it closes off the sound, you have more meat on the cymbal, and so you have less vibration, and so the cymbal can't actually move. So what you're going to want to do is, even if you have an open strap, like even this, right? We're not going to put our hands through. I can't physically do that. It's too tiny. So we want to make sure we grab the whole strap, right? Whole strap, thumb on top, control the cymbal, okay? We don't want it flailing around like somebody's just freaking out, right? It is a controlled hold, making sure that we can actually play the instrument in control. Moving on to how to actually hold both cymbals instead of just the one. We do have obviously 1 and 2, one in each hand. So what we're going to be doing is, if you're going to mirror me, is left hand on bottom, right? And then right hand on top. This should look like a diag going from your left shoulder down to your right hip, right down here. Left shoulder, right hip, just like basically a seatbelt would go, okay? You want to make sure that your cymbals are a good distance apart, not here, and obviously not there. You can't make a sound when you do that, obviously if you do that, okay? So what we want to do is, bell is going to be in line with our solar plex, right in the middle of our chest area. The bell's obviously the big part right here, right in line with that, kind of at a nice diag angle and a little bit farther apart. I would say 2 to 3 fingers worth on the distance. Now let's talk about how to play the instrument. So we have our left hand on bottom, right hand on top. We're going to make a small V right here, kind of just 45 degrees, not too large, not too tiny. Good solid angle, right? what we want to do is place the right cymbal a little bit higher than the left cymbal, about 2 inches from the bottom, okay? And what you're going to do is 2 options. Bring your right hand down to your left, or left hand up to your right. Depends on what the piece is playing, what excerpt, kind of just depends on what the speed is. So your choice, best recommendation, first starting out, right hand, bring that down right to the left hand cymbal. Don't move the left hand cymbal. Right hand does all the work. So we want to make sure we're at the V, first placement, about 2 inches from the bottom, as you can see. And you're just going to bring your right hand down to your left hand. Now what I see a lot of is, for a young percussionist, is to imitate the marching band. So marching band, we have our marching cymbals going and we push forward, right? Push forward with our right cymbal and make a cool attack, right? We don't want that. We just want to come straight down and make a nice open crash. So this does help with the holding the entire cymbal with your hand instead of going inside, because that's mainly what you do for marching band. So don't push forward. It's not marching band, it's concert band, okay? And no excessive movement. I know the conductors do like to say, oh, well, we need a large crash and I want to see the insides of the cymbals and it's all sparkly. That's not how sound works. The sound on the cymbals comes from the edges, not from the center. So the best way to make the sound is to crash and leave it at the diag. That way the sound goes forward, up, down, sideways, whatever you want to do. It does not crash out, and now the cymbals and the sound are going sideways. So if band director says, hey, I need you to crash and put these up, I respectively decline that request. Now, practicing. Yes, the scary P word, practicing. To get good at an instrument, yes, percussionists, we have 50,000+ instruments that we have to master. It does take time. So my recommendation is 20 crashes at the same volume every single day. Just 20, okay? We want to make sure that we can make the same sound every single time for 20 times. If you get that, put it to 30, put it to 40, put it to 50, whatever you want to do. But make sure that you can get every single crash the same sound. Now, what's the best way to do that? Just crash and hope for the best? No, record yourself, right? When available, record and analyze. If you hear crash, 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 we can't say that those were all the same sound, right? We have to make sure that every single one is the same. Experiment, okay? It doesn't have to be all at piano. It could be all at mezzo forte, all at forte. It's gonna get kind of loud because these are 2 metal cymbals. It gets loud, okay? So experiment, see which ones you like, check out different kinds of cymbals, and make sure that every single sound is the same. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're gonna be talking about the snare drum and just basic technique on those specific drums. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.